For it is certain that so great a result cannot be arrived at immediately and without any previous stages. So this thing is quite certain that overnight this is not possible. You need to go through systematic development stage by stage. So we often come across people claiming to be enlightened suddenly and they have nothing more to do. They are totally liberated. That is not the teaching of the Gita. Mind can have moments of glimpse of a liberated perspective, but your nature continues in the old mode, reacting to life as it is, in its old grooves. And you fall back into the old identifications. A permanent establishment in the liberated spirit is something that unfolds over time. And preparation of the instruments from its unequal reaction to the life events, all that is slow, steady progress. So it is certain that so great a result cannot be arrived at immediately and without any previous stages. At first, we have to learn to bear the shocks of the world, bearing the impacts of the world, shocking, all the contacts of the world. We need to bear it without habitual, mechanical, impartial reactions. With the central part of our being untouched and silent. So there is this contacts of the world. At the same time, there is a central part of our being untouched and silent. Even when the surface mind, heart, life are strongly shaken. So the outer being gets shaken. That is, your mind gets shaken, your heart gets shaken, your life energy gets shaken, body is shaken, all that are fine. Outer being is shaken, but there is the inner central part of your being which is untouched and silent. Unmoved there on the bedrock of our life, we must separate the soul watching behind or immune deep within from these outer workings of nature. This is where that practical application of the Sankhya philosophy come into the picture, the Purusha and Prakriti, the observer and the observed, the witnessing consciousness and that which is witnessed. The Prakriti is full of movements, mechanical movements, habitual movements. And within that, there is a witnessing consciousness which can stand back. This is the part that is to be freed up from the entanglement. Unmoved there on the bedrock of our life, we must separate the soul watching behind or immune deep within from these outer workings of nature. So there is a turbulent workings of outer nature and there is an immobile witness, the Sakshi Bhava within. That is the beginning stage of this separation, discovering of our true self. Afterwards, extending this calm and steadfastness on the detached soul to its instruments, it will become slowly possible to radiate peace from the luminous center to the darker peripheries. So that is the movement. Separation of the Purusha and Prakriti, the witnessing consciousness is standing back and observing. And there it has the calmness, wideness. From there, it can extend its calm and steadfastness into the instruments. Instruments are the mind is an instrument, the vital is an instrument, physical is an instrument. Into its peripheries. So quietly radiate and extend the peace and calmness into these instrumental layers. That is how they slowly undergo transformation. So afterwards, extending this calm and steadfastness of the detached soul to its instruments, it will become slowly possible to radiate peace from the luminous center to the darker peripheries. In this process, we may take the passing help of many minor phases. So even this is done through various sub-phases, minor phases. A certain stoicism, that is, we can use the power of rational intelligence, reason, its principles, and hold on to the principles. However limited it is useful. It is like a scaffolding that is supporting us. A calm philosophy, a right understanding through philosophical frameworks, a certain religious exaltation. When you have that religious emotions in you, with a deep connection with one or other form of the divine expressing through religious teachings, and you're exalted by it, that can support you tremendously. May help us towards some nearness to our aim. So all this can support us on the way. Or we may call in even less strong and exalted, but still useful powers of our mental nature. Our mind can support with its rational intelligence and its self-discipline, its will, all that are possible. So, in this process, we may take the passing help of many minor phases. A certain stoicism, a certain calm philosophy, a certain religious exaltation may help us towards some nearness to our aim. Or we may call in even less strong and exalted but still useful powers of our mental nature. In the end, we must either discard or transform them and arrive instead at an entire equality, a perfect self-existent peace within, and even if we can, a total unassailable self-poised and spontaneous delight in all our members. It is not just peace and stillness and immobility that is there in the depth of our spirit. It is a self-existent delight of our being, because our fundamental nature, remember, is that of Sat Chit Ananda, blissfully conscious existence. The being out of which the entire universe has arisen is blissfully conscious. We can arrive at that. Initial experience is that of a stillness, of an immobile calmness, wideness, and a profound peace, a self-existent peace that is not dependent on anything external. It is complete in itself. From there, as we go deeper further, then we discover the spontaneous delight of our being in all our members, not just in the mind, in the vital, in the physical, even within the physicality. The stream of delight can flow in from the depths of our being. So it's not just an empty void into which we are going. There's a profound peace and delight. Unless we touch that, we have not truly arrived at the fundamental, essential truth of our being. So in the end, we must either discard or transform them and arrive instead at an entire equality, a perfect self-existent peace within, and even if we can, a total unassailable self-poised and spontaneous delight in all our members.